Hey guys and girls, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of FTB Infinity with myself, Lewis. Hope you're brilliant, having yourself a great day as always. And look at that beautiful night sky right there. Isn't that nice? So in the last episode, we went ahead and we set up a hungry node. Now, we haven't started feeding it yet because we're going to do that in today's episode, but we did set it up. It's good to go. It was kind of damaged when we moved it inside the bottling process, but that's fine. You know, it slows it down a little bit. It's not going to really, it's not going to be the end of the world. So what we're going to do is we're going to feed it crafting tables, and I think that's going to be a really good way of doing it. We've already got a wood farm set up here, but it was originally set up to make charcoal, and it's kind of been abandoned since we made the reactor, because I have really no need to use it. So what I decided to do instead is we're going to kind of convert this into our crafting table area. Now, we're not going to rip all of it out because that's just, I'm kind of lazy like that. So we're just gonna change little bits around to make it work a little bit better. Now, I have removed the engines that we had down here. There was originally some engines down here that were taking some of the coal that wasn't getting put up here, and it was powering the whole thing itself. So it's fully sustained by itself, which is great. But now that we have power, we might as well just go ahead and use a Tesseract. So we've got one there. If any of you guys haven't noticed yet, look inside your Tesseracts. Oh, he's there watching, ever waiting. So let's do this. So we're going to get the wood coming down from here. I think this is still set up how I had it before. So the blue's going to come down this way. The wood's going to come down here. It did originally go into a furnace to get changed into charcoal, but instead we're going to have it come down here and go somewhere a little bit different. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this guy and we're going to move you there. You can go plonk right there. And we're going to have a crafter, which is going to go right here, I believe. It might actually be worth kind of putting it here. Do we want it there? Yeah, we could have it there. We could have it there. Or we could have it here. It doesn't really much of a difference. Let's pop it right here. Why not? So the item's going to go down here into the crafter. We are going to need to power the crafter, so let's break a little bit of this. And there's still kind of, there's going to be pipes all around the place. Like I said, I haven't really changed this too much, but it does work. So we're going to want to get ourselves some pipes, because we're going to need to make sure that we have power going to this. Let's grab ourselves some transfer nodes. Do we really want to use those? Energy conduits, that'll do the trick. Let's have one coming from here and going into there. And that should fill it up with power. Yeah, there we go. We can see it going up. Good stuff. So we're going to want to program our recipes into this, and we're going to have the wood coming out of here. It would be nice to grab a little bit from here. So first thing we're going to have, and we're going to want to put the recipes in here. Now, we can only have 2 recipes in this one because this is the first tier of crafter. There's higher tiers. Up next to where we're doing the cobblestone, if you watched the first few episodes, I showed you the one that was making all the cobblestone for us, and that has an insane amount of cobble in it now. So we're pretty much ready to go to the deep dark, and we have more than enough for bedrockium. I haven't really done anything with that since we started, but it's there, ready to go. So what we're going to have here is these guys are going to come into our first crafter, and these are going to give us the oak planks, which is going to be very good. So we're going to apply that one, and we're going to have that go into, so results of crafting operation inventory instead of output buffer. So we want them to go back into here, and then the second one is going to go ahead and it's going to, and let me grab 4 of these, and we'll click on the second one. It's going to make a crafting table for us, and we'll apply that, and then that's going to go into the output, because we don't want to bring those back into the system. We want those to go back into the system so they can be recrafted again, but we don't want these guys to go back in. These guys can go down here into the output where they can't be touched, but they can be taken out, which is always very good. And these ones are going to go into one of these ender chests. So I have kind of pre-prepped this episode because I didn't want to spend too long kind of kerfuffling about, but we'll grab some pipes and we're going to bring one out of here and we'll bring it over there. Let's get an item conduit. Here we go. So we'll put this guy, where do we want it to go to? We could put it right here. Yeah, let's do that. We'll do that. Cool, cool. And we want ourselves our ender chest as well. So that can go there. We'll have the items come into here. It doesn't really make much of a difference. They're going to get deleted either way, so it doesn't matter if they link up. So that's going to do that for us. Cool, cool. And then we should have crafting tables going into here, which is going to be very important because that's going to be, exactly what we need to do. So shall we give it a try? I think everything's been disconnected properly and it's all still going to the exact places it needs to go. Let's first make sure that this is working. So that should give us a crafting table, and then we want to change you quickly as well. to auto extract. Yeah, good stuff. Oh, did that extract? Yeah, wait, that's still in there. Redstone, slow. Did I mess this one up? Active without redstone signal. It looks good to me. Maybe I need to set this side. Yeah, it looks like that's going the wrong direction. It's kind of hard to see sometimes because these don't show themselves properly. Like, you can see there that it's not actually doing it correctly. I might just do it this way instead. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit awkward, isn't it? All right, let's just do it this way instead. Actually, that might work. No, because that's that way around. All right, let's have this as insert. And that should work. Yeah, good stuff. Because this is now insert and... well, it did have both a second ago. Yeah, there we go. It's a little tricky to see. I don't really know why it does that. Someone said in one of the comments ages ago that it's just a bit of a bug. It might be a bit of a visual thing. I don't think I'm using any visual effect mods. I know I'm not using Optifine or anything like that. It just looks a little bit funky sometimes. But, you know, you can check which way it's going by literally just clicking on it and you can set it from there. So that's going to do the trick for us. And we can double check that once more to make sure that we have set that up correctly. So we'll pop you inside that. It should get changed into a crafting table and placed inside here. Brilliant. So let's get this guy rocking and all rolling. I think we just need to flip this switch and it should do the deed. Yep, there we go. We're going to see a little bit of a frame drop here and there because for some reason this farm tends to want to give me a bit of an issue with the old laggage. It's probably because we've got a load of trees getting cut up and broken down and whatnot. It's going to go ahead and do that. But I would like to go grab some bone meal quickly. Now, we can set up a fertilizer for this, but to be honest, I don't really see the point because it makes so much wood so fast that we're not really in any low demand. And we have got a whole chest there that I can start pumping in already, but I would like to make sure that it is working first because it's been a long time since I've used this. So that should break all this for us as long as this is getting power. It is. Good stuff. So that should come down there. And these should go to the right places, hopefully. We don't really need you anymore, so we can get rid of you. We'll just break them a little bit. There we go. So we should find the wood should go down this way. We should have apples going down there, and the sapling should go back into the planter. And this is going to make an unbelievably large amount of crafting tables, by the way, because this was making tons of charcoal before, and we're getting so much wood that it's going to be insane. So this should hopefully be able to feed our hungry node pretty well. Once we've checked this should be obviously the to make sure that it's working for us. We're obviously using the clay transport pipe, so we're going to make sure that the items will go into here first. We can actually just remove that pipe because they're never actually going to go past or down there unless we fill this up. But that's not going to happen because they're going to be getting dropped into the node, so yeah. But this should go inside here. You know, the clay pipe will always transport to the first thing it can, and that will get done, and we should have 6. Oh, we've got tons in there. Good times. Oh, there we go. A little bit of lag. It does kind of do that sometimes. There's not very much you can do about it. I'm going to pop loads of these in here. We'll make loads of crafting tables. And I'm pretty definite this is loaded. So we should, if we have a looky on here, I just want to make sure that this is inside the radius so that it is going to send the stuff over. Yep, good stuff. So I think that's pretty much that. So let's head over to our magical area, and I want to make sure I've got everything on me. Yep, I have. Good stuff. This is a really easy setup. Like, this is super simple. You know, you can go for a really. I was going to use applied energistics originally. I was like, you know what, that's overkill. There's no need to be doing that. So instead, we'll do it this way. But we are going to put some music on because, hey, why not? I like music. Not going to moan. We have our crafty crate, or our open crate even. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do something very easy. We're going to take your, we're going to pop you on there, and we're going to take your, and woof. And that should do the trick for us. Yeah, good stuff. So they're going to fall down to there. They should go inside here. And you can see them falling in. Very easy. A real nice, easy way of doing it. You know, I didn't want to make it too tricky. I thought, you know, we're just going to go with something simple, aren't we? All we're doing is making crafting tables and throwing it into a node. It doesn't need to be overly complex. Just a hopper and a few open barrels and whatnot and a bit of ammophar. It's going to do the trick for us. And we already had a farm set up. Why make another one when we've already got one? So, yeah, there's that. Cool. Alright. I was playing around with these as well, actually. If you've played with these before, I'll break this and you'll be able to see. Because I've been looking into some of the other stuff from Automagi, and you can get, like, the blank seals. I've been kind of playing around with those. But we'll go into those a little bit more at a later date, because we don't need to do those yet. I was going to use them today instead of the ender chests, but I couldn't get it to work cross-dimensionally. I don't know if they do or don't. Maybe I was doing something wrong, but it didn't want to work, so yeah. Alright, so that's going to do that for us. We're going to be making a load of crafting tables. Let's quickly double-check this one as well to make sure that this isn't going to be in there, I don't think. So we're going to boot this up to 4 and see if this is reaching. No. Okay. We might have to make it a little bit bigger. Let's try 5. I don't want to go too far away, because if you go too far away, the lasers actually disappear and you can't see them. Yeah, there we go. Come on. Yeah, that's not reaching either. Alright, we're going to need to go for a big one. Let's say... because that wasn't much of an increase at all, was it? Let's try 8. I don't want to do too much, because obviously the more you load, the more lag-inducing you're going to be bringing onto yourself. That looks like it's going straight through it, if you ask me. Yeah, it looks alright. We'll find out. We'll find out. When we come back and we find that there's a buttload of crafting tables in here, we will know that we need to do that. But let's have a quick look. We've just literally put lots of crafting tables in there, so we should have a fairly... There, you can see them going in there at the minute still. So we got 22, 10, 18, 24, 20. It's not bad. Remember that we have got a pale node. That is going to affect our chance to get aspects from it a little bit. Not a great deal, but it will a little bit. So, yeah. You know, if you want to do it yourself, you're probably best looking again to try and find yourself... or not find yourself, but try and get one that doesn't get damaged in the process. And, yeah. So, what are we going to do next? Well, I have one more thing that I want to do in today's episode. That was kind of the first half. The second half is I want to start going into Forbidden Magic a lot more. I've never really played with that mod too much, and a lot of the stuff in it is really cool. So, I would like to go through that. I don't know if anything is going to be super helpful, but it's just one of those things that I'd like to check out and see what it's all about. So... it has a bit of a weird shard system. In the last few episodes, we went and found ourselves... excuse me, I got like a terrible throat at the minute. We went and got ourselves some shards from the Nether, and we had to... I can't remember which shards they were now. I think they were gluttony shards? Yeah, well, we had to eat stuff in the Nether, so we went and got those. And there's a few other types of shards that we can have. If we have a look inside here and go to here... and I've been learning a lot of the stuff in here as well, which is cool. So we'll start doing this at some point. But Nether Shards. So all the stuff in here is found in Nether Shards, and there's lots of different types. So, but the one I want to get today, we did the Greed Shards. So Greed Shards appear when enchantment is used to turn a profit. Oh no, that's not. We used gluttony, didn't we? Shards crystallize when someone feasts. We want to make today Sloth Shards. So congeal when proxies and accidents are used to collect resources without effort. And the best way I can find of doing this is getting mobs to fight each other. So, I think I'm going to use something from Britannia, which is going to make our life a little bit easier. So, let me just quickly sort my bag out. Here we go. We've got pipes and stuff. Yeah, here we go. Cool, cool. Yeah, we're going to use Britannia to do this. It's going to work pretty well. I've tested this in an offline world, and it was pretty nice. So, but it does, we're going to use a particular flower that we haven't used yet. So, I thought it'd be kind of fun. I'm actually going to put that Tesseract in there because I don't need that in a minute. There we go. Yeah, so what we're going to use if we go into our Britannia stuff, because I've set a little area up in the Nether to do this, is we're going to use ourselves a High Sea Dream. And if you don't know what one of these is, I'm going to quickly run you through what the High Sea Dream does. So if we go to Functional Flora, we find ourselves the High Sea Dream. So the High Sea Dream will, by utilizing mana, awaken feelings of anger and revenge in any nearby mobs, turning them against each other. So it's exactly what we want them to do. Yeah. So we're going to use mana to be able to make mobs fight each other, and in turn that should hopefully be able to get us some Sloth Shards. And I have got myself another spawner, which is great. So let's head on over to the Nether, and it's good that we're doing it in the Nether because I don't want it running all the time, because I'm not going to need bazillions of Sloth Shards, and I'm not one of those players that likes to mass hoard everything for no apparent reason. I generally will just get what I need, and then I'll stop hoarding it. And I know some people are the type that once you have 1 million apples, your next goal is to have 2 million, although you're never going to use them. I'm not really that type of player, so it's kind of nice doing it here. It's the reason we haven't got this loaded or anything like that. You know, it makes the skulls where it needs to make the skulls. We've only got 2 in there at the minute. The main reason is I haven't been spending much time in the Nether, but yes. So I've set this room up here, and it's mega simple. We've got a switch here that turns the lights off, and a switch here that turns the lights on, which is exactly what we're going to need. We're going to put a spawner down. We're going to use our High Sea Dreams. It's hopefully going to be glorious, and hopefully it's going to work. Now, I don't know if there's a particular type of mob that does this better. There might be, but I think this should hopefully do the trick for us. So let's break you, and we're going to pop you up here for the time being. There we go. And we're going to get our high sea dream. Now, I am using floating flowers purely because it's, you know, there isn't any dirt here. We could just put dirt down, but again, horribly lazy. So I'm just going to do it like that. And we're also going to want a mana pool, which I think is going to be able to reach from here. I actually haven't tested this, so I hope it does. Yeah, it should do. Hopefully. And I've got kind of a half full mana tablet. Let's see if, yeah, look, we can see it sparkling away. That's good stuff. It's a good reason actually why we're going to use a hopper hock, because I don't want to have any open areas in the glass, and using something like or like we're using down here, we're using one of these vacuum hoppers from Open Blocks. They're all well and good, but I you know, I wouldn't be able to vacuum hopper from here because the items wouldn't be able to make it through the glass. But one thing that we can do, that should be done now. One thing we can do is use a floating hopper hock, and this will still be able to pick stuff up from inside there. It is going to use some of our mana up though, but that's fine. So I wonder if we, it does a little bit weird sometimes like that. I wonder if we have enough on us for a chest. I know it sounds really silly, but I forgot to bring a chest with me. Alrighty then. Sorry about that. Let's take a quick little cut as the postman came out to sign for a delivery. So, yes. And then straight away after that, as it's a nice, warm, sunny day here in the UK, we had the Ice Cream Man, of all people, turn up, playing his lovely tune, which I'm sure many kids love to hear. It brings joy to their day, but for some reason, it's probably not going to be the best thing to hear in the background of a video that's about farming Sloth Shards. So, yeah, I kind of had to wait for him to leave. But I've put down a double chest, which is great. And we actually already have some Sloth Shards inside here. And I think these are coming from this farm over here. Because sometimes when the turtle hits the little guys, and we haven't got any building up inside here, so I think that they're doing something weird. But, yeah, there's something going on in there. I think it's when they hit each other, sometimes the skeletons start attacking each other, and that's what does it. So yeah, we've had a few already. It's kind of sport the moment for us, but I'm sure this is still going to work just fine. So we've put down our high sea dream, we've got our hopper hocks out, which is great, and we have our pool here, and it looks like both of them are managing to be able to drink from the pool, as they both have their particles coming off all over the place, which is good. So let's get ourselves I think it's in my Britannia bag. I've got it. Yeah, monster spawner. Good stuff. So we're going to place you over here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to break this one, I think. Did I just hit something over there? No, I didn't. Good stuff. We're going to break you, and we're going to pop you up here. There we go. And we're going to break these two. And we shouldn't have any scallywags spawn in because I've got my lights on, so that should be working. Yeah, it looks like we don't have anything spawning, which is great. So let's give this a test run. Now, they should get kind of infected with the high sea dream, and when that happens, they should start beating on each other. See if it's going to work. Well, with one, it's not going to work. I need more than one to make a merry appearance out of here, if you wouldn't mind. Please. Pretty please. I wonder why that hasn't become a wither one. Oh, no, maybe they don't. I was expecting it to be a wither one. We should still get wither skeletons from this, though, which I guess is not a bad thing, you know, if they beat on each other. Actually, I don't think they can get wither skeleton skulls by beating on each other. I think you have to... The wither skeleton should be able to beat on all the other guys, though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these sloth shards out, and, you know, hopefully this isn't going to interrupt it too much, but I want to see if this is going to work. Hopefully it's going to work. That's the plan. And it actually still looks quite light in there, doesn't it? Do you think it still looks quite light? I wonder if it's because... Oh, no, I haven't got any night vision on. It still looks fairly light in there for some reason. I wonder what's doing that. I wonder if it's this. Oh, no, it's still pretty light in there. It just seems very light in there. This is dark glass. Yeah, it is. What's making it so bright in there? That's strange. Let's quickly go in here. Get rid of you. There we go. I don't think any of these are turned on. It's very light in here. I wonder if it's the High Sea Dream that's doing it. It is. So the High Sea Dream is doing that. I wonder if the High Sea Dream can work from out here. Oh, it does. Look, it still works. Hey, alright, that's going to make life a load easier. And we did just get some Sloth Shards just then. We just saw that. We've got 2 in now, which is great. So I can put these ones back in there. So that's 5 Sloth Shards so far. And they should start beating on each other. Well, they should start spawning now a little bit faster. We only really need 1 to get infected via the High Sea Dream so that it can go ahead and beat on all the other guys. The Wither Skeletons are probably obviously going to be a lot stronger than the Scallywags, but that's fine. As long as they beat on each other, that's all we need. Now, there isn't a guaranteed drop of getting yourself a Sloth Shard, but, you know, they are dropping, so I think we can call this a success. And it doesn't seem to use up a great deal of mana either, which is kind of nice. And even though the Hopper Hawk, I don't really want it drinking from the pool, it's not a huge problem, because at least it means it can pick the stuff up that falls at the back as well. It's actually reaching all the way over here, because it's managed to pick some of the stuff up from these guys as well, so yeah. But overall, good times. So we've got ourselves 5 Sloth Shards, which is great. And we can use these for different things. The main thing I want to use them for, if we have... Oh, there's some more. That's another... Should we get another one? Yeah, good stuff. I'm probably going to connect this as well, like I said, to over here. So that we can pump out all our rubbish. Because we're not going to want to have loads of bows. And it's going to fill up with a million different bows otherwise. So I'll set up like a bin or something to suck out all the stuff. All I really want is the Sloth Shards. That's pretty much it. Everything else, I've got, you know, I can get a load of it from over here, so I'm not that too worried about it, but yeah, good stuff. Oh, we're on 9 now. That's insane. Cool, cool. All right, and the actual thing that I want to make with these, which I'll show you, I don't think we have the time to do it today, is this guy. The Blink Focus. It requires some Sloth Shards, Ender Pearl, and some Nether Quartz, as well as some Perditio, Iter, some Infernus, and some Decidia. And this should allow us to blink around, which is pretty cool, isn't it? So we should be able to jump around with that. Now, I know that we can fly, but having the ability to jump around like a madman also sounds pretty fun to me, so I would like to check that out. And again, it's something from Forbidden Magic that I'm yet to play with that I would like to check out at some point. I'm actually going to leave this here, because it's always handy to have a crafting table around, isn't it? Let's pop you right there. And how many have we got? 11 Sloth Shards now. That is awesome. Cool beans. Alright, so we know that's working. Let's make our way back to the overworld. I'm probably going to spawn in the wrong place, as always. Let's see if it drops me off over here. It does. Good stuff. I think the house is over this way. It's over here. No. Might be over this way. No, it's this way. Alright. It's always the polar opposite to where the village is. And I just saw that on the map. Here we go. Good stuff. So yeah, we're going to have a little bit more lag around here because of the farm. There's not really a great deal I can do about that. I've gone down to like 20 frames now. It just seems to somehow destroy frame rate. It only does it when this guy cuts down the stuff. Let's see, it's doing it again right now. There's not much we can do about that, but hey, it's all in a good, you know, it's all to feed our node, which is pretty important. And if we make over here, let's go and check on it, see how it's doing. I don't expect to see a huge improvement. I think it's going to be something that's going to happen over time. It's probably going to take a few hours of me being AFK, but that's fine. You know, when I'm not doing anything, I can just stay AFK. That just ate our... You just ate it. I was watching just there. You just ate it. Wow. It's probably been working this whole time. Because this whole area is loaded. It so just desired to eat it. Okay. We might need a little bit more obsidian in that case. Let's grab some obsidian from here. I'm kind of glad that we actually came back now. Because we would have never noticed that otherwise. Have I got obsidian in here? I don't. I wonder if... did we actually use all that obsidian up? I must have. You know what we can do? We can break some of this. So let's do that. Let's break some of these. Oh. Let me get over. Yeah, we'll break a few of these. It's going to let me do it. It's actually pulling me down. Which is really straight. Oh, there we go. We stopped. Good stuff. Yeah, we could break some of these, I guess. Is this really going to take that long? This is like a draconian guy. This should do this mega fast. There is actually an item in Forbidden Magic which does all this for us, which is the Pickaxe of Distortion. So maybe we'll make that as well. You know, there's a lot of things that can be pretty helpful to us, which is good. I think what I'm going to do between this and the next episode then is I'm going to raise this up a little bit and use one of those. We could use from inside here. Now, I don't think I've learned the research for it yet, but if we learn the Infernal Furnace, I believe we can learn the hopper grate, like the little grate that you put on top, and with that we should be able to do that. But I don't know if this guy's going to eat it as well. I have a feeling that this would still eat that as well. I'm kind of worried about these things now getting eaten, but I don't think this should. This might. How many chests have we got in here? 47 chests. Alright, yeah, so I'm going to do that between this and the next episode. I'm going to stick with the same design I had just because it's really easy. I'm going to bring this up a little bit, so yeah, bear in mind, you want to make this larger if you're trying to do the same thing. Bring it up and then have your stuff drop in. It looks like from here it's not going to be big enough. How far are we actually at the minute? We're at, what's that, 1? Oh, I'm never going to be able to do this, am I? I just want to kind of measure it, but it's not going to happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're about 11. I'm going to bring up to about 15 and see how it does from there. I don't think it should be able to pull from there, but that's pretty far. Yeah, we'll try 15, bring up 15, and give it a go of that with the barrel, the Britannia barrel that drops the stuff. We'll do the same setup. I think it's going to work just fine, but yes. Cool. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be it for today's episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. We went and got ourselves a lot of Sloth Shards. We're going to put those to use probably in the next episode, do a bit more Forbidden Magic. I'm pretty excited to give that a go. And we will, like I say, between this and the next episode, I'll raise that up a little bit. So, yeah, don't worry about that. It'll work just fine. And hopefully we'll have a bit bigger of a node by then as well. So I might just leave the game running for, like, I don't know. I might leave it running for a few hours and see what happens when I come back, see how long it's actually going to take, and hopefully we'll be able to see a bit of an improvement in the next episode, eventually leading to a gigantic node, which we'll be able to use, and it will be glorious. Cool. Alright guys, have yourself a great day, have a good one as always, and bye-bye.